Let's see. Can you hear me now? There's 3 of us. Look at that. Bam! We're doing stuff. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are y'all? Did I get you right when you were taking a bite? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
I can.
I hope you brought enough food for everybody, Will.
Wait, I need to move this window over. Look, I'm like looking at you both from the side, which actually isn't bad, but there we go. That's better.
This odd sort of 3-pane collapse.
Like, I'm like, wait, let's go that way. There we go. Works out a lot better. Sorry, I was running. You title a thing coffee table and you don't have coffee, people start to distrust you.
That's, you got to be authentic, right?
A little bit. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I didn't hear you. What'd you say, Will?
I'm not a coffee drinker, though.
That's okay. I'm not going to judge you. It's all right.
Yes, you are. You're judging me.
A little.
We try not to judge him on that, but every time he says it, it's disturbing. So yeah.
I don't fault anyone for not enjoying a good hot cup of bean water. It's all right. I get it. Right. I'm not fancy enough to be really good at tea in the morning. So I'm a nighttime, no caffeine tea type person. So it's, doing that. So, Will, thank you for joining us this morning. You guys, LinkedIn Live has let me loose. I tricked them. No.
Capability too.
Do what?
You need to give me screen sharing capability too.
I do? How do I do that?
See pictures, right?
Look, I don't know how to do that. Why are you asking me for stuff? Oh, that's the spotlight. Oh, look. Oh, you guys, there are buttons. I don't know how to do this.
You've got buttons.
Oh, no. Will, how do I give you screen sharing? Somebody needs to help me. Oh.
I don't know. But I think we're live too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hi, everybody.
It's a thing.
Out there.
Yeah, I don't know how to give you screen sharing on here.
It looks like if you just click on the screen share button, Will, you ought to be able to enable it yourself.
No, I'm marked off there. It has a little red line through it.
Doesn't matter. Just click on it anyway.
Yeah, click on it anyway.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What are you talking about? I was just distracting everyone while you figured that out. That's what is happening right there. And Jim, this is the first time I've been calling you James this whole time, so it's Jim. I'm glad.
That's okay. You can call me James or Jim. Just don't call me Jimmy James. That's what my dad used to call me, and I hated it. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Look. Oh, I see.
Okay, I got it.
You got it?
Uh-huh.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Like this is fun, right? Technology.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Technology and magnets. How do they work? I love it, and we're all in technology, right? So
we better figure it out, right? Yeah.
Either that or really pretend like we know what we're doing very quickly.
Well, it's obvious we're in technology because we're playing with this in production.
This is what happens, folks. It's why you need someplace safe to play with stuff. I think that's a good segue. So Jim, you are you're way smart. Did I see CTO or something? I don't know, something very fancy.
Very fancy. Yeah, actually, I'm the dean of business and IT at PIMA Community College.
Yeah, awesome. So you get to talk to rambling idiots like me all day. They're like, I don't know what I'm doing. And you're like, it's okay.
Hey, this is going to be the best part of my day, the most fun. So that's good.
Oh, good. I'm glad I could be a part of it. And Will, you want to remind everybody what it is that you're about there for PIMA Community College?
So I'm the program manager of the IT Center of Excellence. Great. What does that mean? Well, that's part of what we're going to share. We're putting together a center of excellence. And the really cool thing is that we're kind of assembling this whole plan where we're trying to develop kind of a nexus of IT in Tucson. Because we've got some really great corporations here. We've got Raytheon, we've got IBM, and up the street in Phoenix, which is quite up the street, we have Tech Data. And so what we're trying to do is take a slightly different approach. We're trying to really get a hands-on element to IT. And that's where we're building a student-run data. We've built a student-run data center, CSOC, so we can work on threat analysis.
That's awesome.
Area.
There are so many people that I talk to that have been just integral to my general industry education process that just started out tinkering with things at home. You hear that so much. Oh, I was like 8 and I took apart whatever X thing and my parents were super mad, but it was way fun. And then I just decided to follow that. Or, you'll hear some of them that are like, I broke into this network at the age of whatever, right? So right. You're doing that. You're offering that, but in an environment where nobody's going to get punished and in trouble, right?
Exactly.
Excellent. I have a 5-year-old I'm going to send to you one day.
Well, Russia and places like that, right? They have these hacking cafes where you can go and you can hack anything you want except Russia, right?
Really?
That kind of stuff. Oh yeah, check out.
Have you guys ever been to one or met somebody that?
No.
I don't know. I was asking questions.
I went across to.
Been to Russia?
I went across to Berlin before the wall went down, and that was my sole experience that way. I was like, no, I appreciate
either that or Will's met somebody like that and he just didn't know it. So yeah.
So we need to do something here, right? Because people go out and tinker and get arrested, and that'll end a career real quick. So teamed up with a group in Phoenix called the Arizona Cyber Warfare Range, and these are real cool cats. They have an area on campus, a couple of rooms, which is the Arizona Cyber Warfare Range, and they have a lot of close affiliation with 3-letter acronym organizations, and just stay there. So they've got that hacking talent and that hacking background and help to provide this environment where you can come down to the range, well, once we get past the COVID stuff, but you can come down to the range and anyone in the community can walk in and sit down and learn how to hack.
That's awesome. I love it. Wait, okay, so you have a slide sitting over here and I can see it and it's like grayed out, right? Do I need to push the thing that says add it to stream or can you do that? I don't know. I didn't play with any of this. We're just jumping right in.
No, I think that was the, I have no idea. I just,
look.
Oh.
I know, and then I can do this. What?
There you go.
Oh, much better.
Oh, look, I feel like I'm less like this. Welcome to my living room.
Rachel, that the cyber warfare range is really that environment that you described as a kid. People can come in, they can get their hands on enterprise class equipment and literally break it. They can learn how to install operating systems and how to manipulate the systems. They can learn how to hack the systems and how to protect against it. And it's a great environment for people to come in and tinker and learn. There's no grades involved. There's no studying for tests. It's a disruptive learning environment on purpose.
Gotcha. So a warfare range like this, do you have to be a student of PIMA Community College to know? Just anybody? Is it like an age? Nothing?
Well, there's, if you're under 18, you need to have legal guardian or that kind of thing.
And if you're over 108, you usually need a walker. But other than that, we're fine. Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, I'm assuming you are easily accessible for anyone that may need help, right? Good. That's awesome. So what are you guys doing through COVID right now? Are you just kind of hanging out, or you got virtual instances of anything, or?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of virtual classes, and we have a whole bunch of an online curriculum. But then a lot of the face-to-face at the moment is running virtual through this kind of environment, right?
Gotcha.
So that's unfortunate. But we still work to offer the best of both worlds, and we're going to get past this, right? It's going to go. And we'll be able to return to where people can get this hands-on equipment experience, because that's what's so important, right?
Yeah.
We had a whole bunch of business come in. We held this summit where we had over 100 folks from business in and around Tucson. And we kind of went at it, instead of being the academic institution that knows it all, that sort of thing. We said, hey, folks, let's get down to brass tacks. What do you need from our students to be able to hire our students, right? Because there's a huge problem in IT right now in education, that you have a lot of folks that can go through major institutions, learn a lot of good theory, but you can't take them and say, hey, could you go set this up?
Right.
And so Chris Bonhorst and I used to work in the data center here at PIMA Community College. I was the director of cybersecurity and networks, and he was over all the server jockeys. And then we met up with Jim, who is brilliant business background, as well as being a dean and doing some incredible things. And so now we have this team where we have a data center ready for students, and we're trying to get that going right now. We just got it finished a week or so ago and got power. Yay, we got box.
Yeah. I was so excited. You were like slowly leaking pictures to me of like how set up you guys are getting, and it was awesome. Oh, look, I can make it.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Yes.
Right. So we have an area where students can work outside the data center, because if you've ever worked in a data center, they're filled with fans and it's cold and it's right. So the students can work outside in that area.
That's awesome.
And then we have this fusion space, which is really cool, because what we're doing is we're taking the cyber beyond just IT, and we can bring in accounting, law enforcement, paralegal, because some of those folks might have interests that will take them into other areas of IT, like compliance. How many tech heads really, really like compliance? But folks from the accounting background might love it like crazy, right?
Right.
Well, and also just spreading cybersecurity education throughout the college and through the community. So it's so important for healthcare students. If you're a nursing student, you're going to be touching IoT devices and AI software and everything your entire career. So how do you, as a nurse, help protect your hospital or your organization against cyber threats? So we're really trying to infuse that training and that education throughout the entire college, in every discipline in the college. And
then here's the fun part from a tech perspective, of course, right? This is our CSOC that we just built. So the beauty of this is that we've teamed up with the Arizona Cyber Warfare Range, which is part of the National Cyber Warfare Foundation, where they are an ISAO, information sharing organization. And they have a feed that is huge of international indicators of compromise, right? So when things come against firewalls and servers, they create logs. Those logs then go to SIMS, Security Incident Event Management System, which then draws correlations. So if Jim was at West Campus and logged in, and then came to East Campus and logged in, and then his same credentials came from China, something's off, and that becomes an indicator of compromise. Well, the cool thing is that the Cyber Warfare Foundation can see those, so they can say, all the folks that are coming against the military or the energy sector or the health sector, things like that. And they are going to make that feed available to PIMA Community College.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Do you know
So
how
that-
badly I needed this like 15 years ago in my life?
No kidding, right? So the whole point is that while students are learning how to do threat analysis, they'll be hopefully helping to save the state of Arizona and the nation.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
We got to make it real.
Yeah.
So
If you
that's
ever
what we're trying to do.
We just, yeah. I love this. Obviously, you know that I've sat and talked with you a whole mess a load of times, and I'm glad to meet Jim today. So
it's really that integrated approach to education. We teach theory, of course, in our classes, right? And that's necessary. And students study theory, and they take tests, and they pass, and all that. But then they go to the range, and they learn how to hack, which you don't get in a typical university or even community college setting. And then they go to the student-run data center, and they took what they learned about hacking and they apply it to protecting that server that they're now tasked with maintaining on a 7x24 basis. So it really ties all that together in a way that produces a graduate where industry can look at it, and even Raytheon is starting to hire our graduates without a bachelor's degree because they helped us design the curriculum and the Center of Excellence. And it's exactly what industry needs. It's exactly what the country needs in order to produce cyber warriors that are truly capable of protecting.
right. Well, and it gives those people the opportunity that think maybe this is something they might want to try, right?
Yeah.
That safety net experience, just to, jump in the deep end, right? Because how else do you learn?
That's the other thing, that is the beauty aspect of the range, right? Because since it's open to the community,
Yeah.
if you come down to PIMA and, we get people that are like, my sister's cousin's last parakeets owner's aunt said there's a lot of money in IT. You should go into IT, right? So this is a place where they can come down and put hands on the keyboard and start to learn how to hack before they even spend a dime, right?
Yeah.
They can try it out and find out if it's something that they enjoy.
Right.
And we've had students, in the range setting up evil twin attacks and using pineapples and all sorts of stuff like that. And because of the principles that they learned there, like geek stuff, when you go in and you check out your ARC table and you see that there's two different MAC addresses for the same IP, right? You know that there's a man in the middle aspect taking place. And because they learned those principles, they've gone out to other eating establishments and found active hacking happening.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Folks, you don't train cops with squirt guns, so you need to do the same with cyber, right? It's got to be real.
You're like a baby hacker happy place.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You like to break stuff? Come here. We'll keep you from getting arrested.
Well,
Right.
the cool thing too is Tech Data, right? They have a major capture the flag deal, and our students rocked it.
Wow.
Right? They had with this. They did the same capture the flag in at, I think, what was it? I probably shouldn't name it. It was a
Major university in Texas, yeah.
A major university in Texas.
Those folks with cyber mentors didn't make it beyond 750 points.
Well, deep end, jump in, kids.
Right.
Yeah. Our students without mentors, without anything, scored 3 to 5 times higher than they did.
Well, they got that experience, right, of running into walls and having to back up and pivot somewhere else, right? Like that's part of it. I love your thing. Just shush you. Where's my t-shirt? I want my t-shirt. This should happen.
That's the.
I love it. I love it. Y'all are seriously doing a great job, and you don't take yourselves too seriously. That's what I like. Is really that's fantastic and very cool. We've found a few people found us on YouTube because of course nothing Rachel does the first time ever goes right. Okay, nothing. But that's why I was so excited to have you along, Will, and Jim, of course, is just because, right? I need you here. I was like, who better to test out something with than the guys at Community College? Those are the best guys. Perfect. It's going to work out.
Yeah, it's got to be fun, right?
Yeah, definitely. A little. It's pretty serious stuff that you're doing, across the board, just as a big picture outlook. You're protecting people and their livelihood and their privacy and information. You got to laugh at yourself a little bit because that's real hard, you guys.
It is, right? And it also has to be real because students will rebel at knowledge out of context. The case in point, how many times have you heard in math, right? When will I ever use this? Well, if you're in a situation where you're using it, then it sticks. It makes sense. It clicks.
Yeah, definitely. How many of those teachers, though, are real upset that they kept repeating, you won't always have the calculator in your pocket? Nailed it. I mean, just rough stuff. The partnership with Tech Data. So for those who don't know what Tech Data is, can you talk a little bit about, I know what Tech Data is. We're partnered with them as a distributor. But anyway, if you could talk a little bit about what Tech Data does, that would be really helpful, I think.
Sure. Tech Data is probably one of the biggest companies you've never heard about. They are the nation's largest tech distributor. So you may have a Mac or HP or Dell or whatever, but a lot of the parts probably came through Tech Data. And Tech Data, the advantage of that is, let's see, I should probably turn the screen share back on.
I got to do stuff.
No, I got to do stuff.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
So let's see, there's Tech Data Cyber Range. They have, if you go to cyberrange.techdata.com, that's the gentleman who is heading up that project was the same one who started the Arizona Cyber Warfare Range. And so there's a nice close partnership there to where they are on the cutting edge of a whole bunch of technology. And with that are able to help share through the cyber range and other elements to bring down those skills and to help bring that into the program. So when you put all that together, it's a fantastic opportunity. So we just the luxury of being able to have one side of the wall where you have our Center of Excellence, where you learn the business best practices, best way of doing things, how to build stuff. And then you have on the other side of the wall, the cyber range where you can then go and break it. And it's okay. And there's no penalty. And whatever you break, you then get to figure out how to fix, right? Having that environment helps dramatically.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I mean, so I'm with an organization called SecureNation. We're a broker, reseller, value-added reseller. We're one of those guys, okay? So we utilize organizations like Tech Data through our partnerships. And one of the things that I know that Tech Data does is they have this cyber range, right? And we're allowed to use it so that we can go and test out things that may be of interest for our clients, right? So I can go mash buttons and then ask some questions that maybe I know that my clients might ask about those products. My husband's also in IT. I know, Will, you and I have talked about that before. Joshua has been in a security position one way or another for over 10 years. So he loves to come, break stuff with me too. Right. We get to like try it on for size. And I was always wondering, I was like, why isn't this available to everybody? And I know some people do have access to it and they do know about it, or through their organization or other partnerships through, their vendor partners within those organizations, that they have access or have been told about it. But some people just don't. They have no idea that they can go and do this. They think it's, they have to purchase, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of licenses to get access to anything like this, or they have to actually sit down and commit to like a real POC within their environment, or POV, right? Proof of concept, proof of value. And they don't. You can go test drive this stuff. They want you to try it on. They want you to like, not just kick the tires, but like get in behind the driver's seat, push the pedal to the metal and like go. And then you couple that with what it is that you guys are doing at PIMA Community for your community, right? And then offering that to just average Joe, Josephina on the street, right? Anybody can come in. Anybody can come, try it out, mash buttons, break stuff, and then have you awesome guys there to like kind of guide a little bit, right? Because that can be intimidating if you've never had your face in front of that technology before. You're like, well, what do I do? I know a lot of times there are, baby hackers that that go and they're curious. That's one of the things that make some of the best IT people and security specifically is they're just really curious, right? They're nosy, but unlike cats, we all don't have 9 lives. So
yeah, when you walk into the Tucson, Arizona Cyber Warfare Range, AZ03, there's a sign on the door that we're making a big part of our culture. That sign says, "Leave your ego at the door."
I like it.
Because everyone who walks into the cyber range has 2 roles. They're both student and teacher, right? Because this industry is so crazy. There's so many knobs to twist. Nobody knows it all. Yeah. And anyone who comes in with an attitude that they do, right? So
those are the people that I tend to glaze over.
Yeah, so let's start off at the very foundation, at the get-go, and say, yeah, enough of this foolishness. And let's work together. But Jim, I think she's got it, don't you?
I do. You really captured the spirit of it, Rachel. We're just having a lot of fun at PIMA Community College, and developing cyber warriors, developing just knowledge of cybersecurity and awareness, and that ties into all of our programs. We just stood up a brand new cybersecurity associate's degree, and we're so proud of that because industry designed it. We didn't. We just built it for them. Yeah. And and that contains a whole bunch of national certs like Red Hat and Sec Plus and Net Plus and everything else as well. So we're very excited about the traditional educational offerings, but also all of that's tied to the Center of Excellence and to the cyber warfare range. And so it's all integrated together. Yeah,
and this is such a wonderful idea. I know, Will, thank you so much. You're part of one of the higher education roundtables for higher ed, the heads of their security programs at the different universities from coast to coast with me. And this is a big reason why I was so happy to have you along, was just because you have to talk about the ideas, you have to talk about your strategies, you have to collaborate to be able to have that idea sharing and that healthy environment where we all grow together and hopefully grow just as fast as the bad guys, right? Because they're quick. They don't have to go through some red tape and ask for approval first, right? They're like, we're here. Hi, we've been here. We've been knocking. I don't know if you know this, but we've been also living in your basement and your attic the whole time.
Just read the news.
Right? We're just waiting for something valuable to happen. We need this workforce to be built out. And I think what you guys are doing over there is a great step forward and something else that can be emulated from, anywhere, right? It's those partnerships are available from state to state, that could take off if somebody had passion to do it, like
The
Will
other
did.
aspect of that is it can be affordable,
Yeah,
right? We're a community college, and a big part of our mission is to keep those costs down as much as possible. Because, well, community is our middle name, right?
right.
And that's what we're trying to serve. And our students are all over the place. We've got students that are heading into major universities. We've got students that have come out and are changing their careers. We have single mothers. We have folks that have walked in right out of the desert and are trying to better themselves, right? And so, you got to provide opportunity to help change lives for the better. That's our real focus.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and talking a bit about this today. Somebody told me in the YouTube chat, because I did this duel, because I was like, watch this isn't going to work. I decided to stream both at the same time. I was like, what? Yeah, okay. Let me know that a link finally appeared apparently at the bottom of the LinkedIn event. So you guys may be able to watch yourselves very quickly. But there's also going to be a link that is going to be a recording link. So everybody else can take advantage of all of this very useful information. And thank you all for all the early birds that came. And then I'm Central Time here, and I know you guys are what?
It's 7:30 here.
Yeah. You're a trooper. Love it so much, guys. Is there any closing words or anything you'd like to say?
It's great to meet you, Rachel, and thanks for the opportunity to chat today. And it's an amazing time. So thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. I mean, this is awesome. The more that we can collaborate, the more that we can make those ties and try to get the reality of the situation across, so that, but we've got to change the IT cybersphere for the better. We've got to stop this flow that is heading out of this country. Imagine if the dollars that have been lost were pumped back into the economy. How much that would help, right? We've got to make a difference.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So if anybody wants any more information about what the awesome guys over at PIMA Community College are doing with their cyber warfare range, I'm going to throw Will and Jim both out there. You guys go look up James Craig on LinkedIn or Will McCullen. I'm sure there's a website or two or link that they may want to throw your way via those chats. And thank you all for hanging out. We'll see you next week. I think I'm doing this again next week, maybe with less issue. It's going to be a thing.
Anytime. I'm more than happy to come and be part and give you a hard time.
I love it. Perfect. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Thank you all so much for coming over.